Hi everyone. So this is the abstractionist. How are you? It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been like another 2-3 weeks, right? It's been another month since I fucking talked to y'all. So this is just gonna be a video why I've been away. Um, Mostly, to be honest, I've been away because I ain't had shit to say. I haven't had shit to say. I haven't feel compelled to say anything, and I feel like I don't want to fill up my space on here, especially since it's a spiritual channel, which is like a bunch of bullshit. And I don't have, I'm not trying to make a bunch of content to just go up here, you know? I'm not trying to really do astrology heavy, so I'm not going to just come in with that. Although I do have some, not insights, but some interesting things that I think have happened around Uranus and Gemini type things, situations. And so I might do a video on that about kind of what I think about it based on some of the things that have I've been noticing on my side of YouTube on the things that I've been watching. So yeah, I haven't had much to say. I haven't felt the need to pick up my cards. I have debated whether or not my time on YouTube is officially done. And I don't think it is. I just think it's just less and less. I think I also healed a lot of what I still watch a lot of this stuff, but I feel like I've healed a lot of what I came to tarot for, which was love and relationships and just busted ass fuckery in that way. Healing a bunch of that, you just stop. If the reason is that you were going in for relationships, then once you heal a lot of the stuff, then you stop and you fall off. And I think that's just a natural progression for me that I just fell off. Because I personally am okay, over it. I just kind of also think that if you don't have anything to say, don't make up anything to say. I don't want to become one of those tarot channels that just is saying a whole bunch of shit. And I think I've just started to sort out a lot of things about what I believe and don't believe, and that work takes place offline for me. I still watch a lot of tarot. I still watch a lot of love tarot and stuff like that, but I take it less seriously. I feel like the thing about tarot, especially when you first get into it to the midway point of your healing, is kind of you still take it very seriously and it weighs on you really heavily. Even if it's not relationship stuff, it's career stuff and job stuff and finances, all that kind of stuff. And I think when you're in a place where you're needing a significant amount of change in your life, tarot readings can feel almost like life or death, or they just feel it feels really fucking serious. The advice, especially as you start to I won't say make people an authority over your life, but I feel the more you really get entrenched into people's channels and stuff like that, the more it's their words have power over your life and stuff like that. And it's only when you it's not a nefarious thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a nefarious thing. Some people on here are trash and they are terrible readers and they are inserting themselves. Oh my god, this is my god. Okay, I'm just keeping on. I like the ambiance of things going on. That's why I go to malls and walk around people and hear stuff, but I don't want to talk to you. Let me sit at the cafe. Don't talk to me. I feel a lot of people, as they watch tarot readings and shit like that, and they get really attached to the channel and they come in every month or every week or every day, and they watch people, they get really attached, and these people's words become gospel to them. And if you don't heal, you start to listen to them more and more. And depending on who you go to, that could be very detrimental, because some readers on here are bleeding a lot of their personal trauma like into like the readings and projecting a lot of stuff, and they're leading people astray. And I personally want to like calibrate myself and recalibrate myself so that the readings that I'm doing make sense for the people that need the message, and I'm not doing things that are like you're gonna leave with it with like an addiction, one, but two, you're gonna leave with like the beginning stages or advice to go down a certain path that's like pure fuckery and just nonsense. You know, like I don't want to be that person, and it takes a lot of work on yourself to not be that person, right? To not be that sort of tarot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I'd rather just do that. And then also my offline life is pretty cool. Like, you know, like I've had like a summer fling. I've like finished school for the summer, right? Like I've started my real summer. Like I have done like personal projects. I've stepped away from personal projects. I've had like a fuller life offline, and I think as you heal, being offline and interacting in person, whether it be with your friend group, your family group, or whatever, or even just like having one-on-one relationships with people, it becomes very important because it's like you start to, as you heal and take the information that was like the good positive information that you needed to move forward, not the like bullshit, when you start to take that offline and you apply it to offline, then you really start to reap the benefits because you learn the stuff that you were, you know, getting the advice about, and you're putting it into use and putting it in practice, and you're refining and fine-tuning all of that advice to what you need, right? You're taking that collective messaging and then applying it to your life, and it's showing up how it needs to show up in your life. And if you're diligent enough, you can see how it works for your life specifically. So I'm having fun in my life, like, you know, and so I don't want to like do like the tarot sometimes because just it can feel kind of like serious. And then also the way that I read, I'm leaning more into like larger energies, larger topics, and that can be kind of draining and sad depending on like what the fuck's going on in the world, you know, which is a fucking lot. So I don't want to harp on that all day. But I think I just really haven't had much to say. I feel like interacting with my decks, they haven't had much to say. So I'm kind of like, okay, cool. Like, if I ain't got shit to say, you ain't got shit to say, we ain't gonna say nothing. You know, it's only when I feel called to do stuff that I feel like I want to like actually pick up my phone and record things. So I haven't really felt the need to like replan it or anything like that. Again, that may be something that happens like tomorrow, but I just haven't felt the need to like do this, you know. So yeah, that is kind of where I am, why I've been away, and I've just had a lot of like personal things I had to sort out, like getting a new job, working like 3 jobs, like, well, one is an internship technically, but like working jobs, getting money together, getting my like 3D reality, physical reality, like really settled, having to like really put in effort to that to make sure that I am like stable and good and shit, and then just like personal things happening, like someone having to go to the hospital, things like that. Like those are things that like need more of my focus than reading tarot. And then also I decided to kind of pull back from the vending part of it, for the like on the basis of my art, really. But the tarot is an extension of that because like I read tarot when I vend, so it's kind of like, all right, cool. So I'm kind of just like, okay, since I pulled that back, like what can I focus on? I need to focus on some other things. So yeah, like it's been more like focused on my 3D kind of world, getting my life together. Another thing is I am interested in organizing. I gotta organize the fuck out of this place, but like putting my cards back up, clearing out stuff, things like that. And getting into like actually learning again about tarot and astrology and all that kind of stuff, and really becoming a student again with it, reading books related to it again, sharing it with you guys. That's kind of where I am right now. And then I also did like a clearing thing. I did a cord cutting. I might share that on my love channel, but like cord cutting type thing. I used some blue sage that I got from this person. We did a barter when I was vending, and I used it, and man, shit hit the fan for stuff, and it just cleared out everything. And I kind of feel like ever since then, I've been a little bit more clear about a lot of things and a lot more like I still get annoyed and shit. Like, of course, like I'm a human being, but I feel like it really freed me up and enforced boundaries. And I think that's what Uranus and Gemini is gonna be about. Boundaries. I think it's gonna be about boundaries. I really do think it's gonna be about boundaries. Based on just like a lot of the shit that I'm saying show up in my algorithm. But yeah, like that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I haven't really felt like getting decks either. And also Barnes and Noble hasn't had any good decks. And I'm like, we must have fell off with the design because we used to be rolling with designs. And now I'm like, this is it. I go over there, I'm like, this is it. I'm interested more in the books now, which is probably what we needed to be more interested in than the decks. Actually reading and learning. You know? But yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.